Welcome back to another episode of Playbook of the Wealthy. My name is Dave Grant. My co-host is Heather Townsend. If you have not been here before, great. We split our podcast into a number of sections. We dive into content, we dive into questions, and then we talk about ourselves personally and professionally, because today we're talking about how you should not be guessing about how much you're saving, and we're going to tell you exactly how much you should be saving. So without further ado, let's dive in.
We're going to tell them exactly how much they're saving?
To the penny.
To the penny.
I'm just waiting for the phone call from my compliance department saying, really? To the penny.
To the penny.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's driving people's savings plans, or what should drive their savings plan?
Oh, my favorite thing to talk about, goals. What are your goals?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want? What do you need money for? Like, if we don't, I will say, if no one has any goals, I don't know what to do with that. I do not know what to do with that. I don't really want to craft a plan with no goals. That's very boring.
It's hard.
Well,
Like,
I mean, I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's how a lot of financial advisors might have made money back in the day. Oh, you don't have goals? Cool. I'll invest it. I'll take 1% and do nothing. Great. Cool. No.
All right. Calm down.
Why?
Let's talk about goals.
I have to calm down. I got too heated about this. All right. Yes. Okay.
How should people be designing goals?
I mean, I like the SMART framework, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about that. So specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound is what SMART stands for. So I took kind of a client scenario we could have, and I put it in the SMART. So specific would be like, I want to retire at 50 off of, and I want to spend 200,000 of income off my portfolio. That's
Okay.
very specific. We would know what to do with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's measurable because we know how to measure that with our software and everything.
You should say our toys.
Yes, but I
They
thought
are
it would be inappropriate, and so I was like, I'm not going to say that. So you know, our what's a better word? Our tools. All right. Is it achievable? Right. So I think if someone had $1 in the bank account and they wanted to retire tomorrow with $100 million,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that would be very achievable.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Relevant. Doesn't match. This one is probably not a good, like the 50 at it, but if my client was like, oh, I want to get a Ducati motorcycle, and I've never heard that they've wanted a Ducati motorcycle. And what I have heard is that they want to give to charity, or they want to be in financial freedom, or they want to have a second home to take their family. I would ask about the Ducati and be like,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not what you've ever told me.
Right.
Okay. So that would not be relevant goal, right? Time bound. The age 50, again, that's time bound, especially if you're 40 now, we have 10 years. What are we going to do? So you need to be specific. You need to have a SMART. When you're making goals, you need to have that SMART. I like the SMART framework.
I find that people don't do that a lot. They'll walk in and they'll say, I will retire when I have this amount of money. I'm like, okay. A, why? But B, what happens if you don't get there? Are you never retiring? And then they're like, didn't think about that because I assumed I was going to get to that number, and I'd assumed it's going to take lots of assumptions. And that's not how good goals are developed.
It's funny. It's a little off topic, but you know what I've found actually? I'm more powerful with my questions. Those are normally where the aha moments come, is when you ask those questions and they get to it themselves versus you just telling them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask the right questions. Okay. And then when you're making these goals, this is probably more for the people that are not in retirement and are building towards that. But what are your short-term goals and what are your long-term goals? Because those differ a lot.
Yeah. I found that there's conflict though when people are creating those goals. So I think if you've got a family, 40 years old, young kids, they want to do things. You know, they want to go on vacation, they want to play sports with their kids and have them in various teams. That's a lot of short-term goals. That conflicts with long-term goals. The reverse, if you have a early retirement that you're planning for and you don't have many short-term goals because all of your money's going to that, there's a conflict there. And so the balance is hard, but you have to have it.
But that's what good financial planning is. I've always said that. My coach always constantly reminds me. She's like, it's finding the tension between today and tomorrow and making that feel balanced. That is good financial planning. And I always say this, I want both for my clients. I don't want them to have to pick. I want their ideal life today, and I want them to be able to keep it for tomorrow. Like, I don't want to choose. I like and, I don't like or. Just saying.
There's a lot of money for and, right? A lot of people have to choose or. Like, do I do this or do I do that?
Yeah, I mean, you know me. We do, and I'm like, we're going to figure this out. We don't settle. Okay, maybe we got to make more. Maybe we change this. Yeah. I mean, they can take their dreams off the table. I just don't like it. Yes. All right. Now you know your goals. Now you got to start backing into the goal.
It's all about what's going to fund those goals.
Yes, which is either your current assets or your income. What's your tax situation? How much do you have right now? Right?
Yeah. And I think there's some issues that people don't think about too much that actually affects their savings rates. So if they're looking at, okay, maybe here's some goals, and I'm going to save in this approach, they miss the fact that they're in a high tax bracket that is going to not really work for that approach. Or they do the opposite.
Wait, give me an example of that.
Okay. So let's say that you want to, let's say you're saving $25,000 a year into a brokerage account, but you're in a 37% tax bracket.
Oh, yeah. I hope they're putting some money in pre-tax and getting that tax deduction on that 401k.
Exactly.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So if you're missing out on some very obvious things,
Yeah. Okay,
it's going to mean, okay, maybe these savings targets aren't as appropriate as it could be.
You're going in the wrong buckets right now.
Yes.
We need HSA and pre-tax 401k at 37%.
Yeah.
I'll deal with that later in retirement. We can Roth convert. Yeah. I'm with you. Okay. I actually find too, when people are saving in these savings brackets or these savings percents, is if they are working for someone, or even actually if they're a business owner and they have a good CPA that told them what to do, they more put it all in pre-tax. They take the tax deduction. So because, they're like, it's a tax deduction. Well, I mean, people are obsessed with saving taxes. It's like crazy. So they'll do that, which is great. But then that's all they do.
Yeah.
They don't have Roth. They don't have any brokerage. And now it's all stuck in a retirement account. It's not bad. I mean, I want you to be doing that if that's all you're doing. But there is something about balance.
I think I see that in people who are, if they have a conversation with me and they are 2 years away from retirement and it's the first conversation they've had with an advisor, I can almost guess what their portfolio is.
Ooh, please tell me.
It's
let's
85 to 90% in your 401k, and you've got a savings account.
So they have $2-3 million in a 401k, and then they have like $50,000 in a.
And there's not much else.
Oh.
Whereas if you talk to someone and they're like, okay, so I would like to retire in 15 years, help me design it.
Yes,
By the time you get to retirement, it's all balanced. It's perfect. Again, asterisks. But it looks way better than someone who just delays that decision.
And I get it, though. I get it. Like, savings is hard, and there is something, especially if you work for someone, that is automatically coming out of your paycheck. And weirdly enough, if you're high earning with the new tax law changes, your catch-up over 50 is going to be forced to go into Roth. So that will help a little bit. Mm-hmm. Maybe it will help that, you'll have now 100 or 200,000 in that 401k and Roth.
I think savings, if you were to say to someone, I need you to come up with some savings targets, and their income is all over the place, it's so hard. So if you're either 100% commission, or if your job is really reliant on bonus and stock prices in terms of you get stock, and the value of that depends on the stock price, to tell someone to then turn around and say, okay, I need you to save X here and Y there and here there, that's really difficult because I don't know what their income's going to be.
Well, and I have that. I mean, I have clients with RSUs. I think you do too. I shoot for the average. And I will tell you, there are some years where we save a lot because the stock price went crazy. They got a big bonus, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And then there's some where it's actually not that great of a year. But that's where, again, I think having someone on your team, I zoom out and I'm like, but look, we've met the average. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. And it makes them feel better. And they're on track.
Yeah. You have to just tell them, you need to have a little bit of grace with yourself here. Mm-hmm. Like, some years are going to be great, some years are not. But that's just the situation you're in income-wise. If you have someone with the same income every year, I'm not going to give you that much grace. This is your target. you're going to hit that target because you got the same amount of money every year. So let's be disciplined here.
Yes. We got to know some factors, right? And then we need to know what is your income? How much do you have excess for savings? What, in your words, what can we stretch to? And then do we need to make more? Do we need to save more? Like, what's our gap? And I don't give my clients a percent. Now, I am tracking to see how much they are saving. And normally mine is, I like 20%. It's high.
Okay.
But I will say that I do not do this by a percent. I have direct targets, like numerical targets. Like, we want to put 50,000 in the brokerage this year. We want to max out backdoor Roth. We want to max out 401k.
So you give them dollar values versus percentages. Okay.
Yes. Now, my business owner clients that have uneven income, we use percentages.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting? Because again, it's all over the place, right? So we have these rules that, okay, every like extra income that comes in, 10% goes to investments or 20%, like, and then they have their fun discretionary, like bucket too, or we do 50-50. When you have extra, 50 goes to investments, 50 goes to your fun life building, whatever.
Sure.
And it works because there's no debate. And then we look back and we're like, whoa, what a good year in the business. And we saved a lot. And then some years it's not that, but it averages.
Yeah. So I would say they're the outlier for business owners. I would say for the majority of people, percentages don't work. I think you may need to get to a percentage for some reasons, and we'll go into those. But I think you need to do it on a dollar value per year. All right, so let me give you an example of why I think percentages don't work. So let's say I'm earning $347,000 a year, and I'm going to save $47,000. I'm using weird numbers for a reason. If you are in corporate America, you can't go to your 401k payroll person and say, I need you to put $47,000 in my 401k. They will likely turn around and say, great, what percentage of that is your pay?
Well,
I need a percentage here, not dollar amount.
Well, and what bucket? And then now you're over pre-tax. They're going to get so confused.
Yeah.
You can only put 24 or 5 and on the employee side. So yeah,
So they're going to come back and say, cool, that's a great number. Doesn't work for me. So I need you to turn that into a percentage, and we need to figure out if this works. So you kind of have to do the math if you're in corporate America of, here's my dollar amount, I need to turn that into a percentage, and I need to figure out if that actually works in the accounts.
But how does percentages not work then?
Because if you go to that 401k person and give them a dollar amount, they'll just give you a blank stare back.
So you need percents is what you're saying.
Got to have the dollar amount first.
Okay. Now I'm turned around. I like I like telling clients directly it works. We're maxing out your 401k. Then they know to back up into that percent, or we do it together. Or we're maxing out backdoor Roth. That's $7,500 a year. For both of you, that's 15. And then we need 50. All right, we're going to set up 3,000, 4,000, whatever, 4,000, blah, 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 automatically going to your brokerage.
It works for those accounts. It just doesn't work at work.
Yeah, no. Well, I have to give them the percent to back into it. But it's not a... More what it is
we
not...
just said the exact same thing.
Okay. I feel like we said it differently, but...
We agree.
But I think when people are like, oh, I need to save 20%, here are a lot of the questions I get. Is that on gross or is that on net? Does that include 10 goes to investments and 10 gets to go to cash and saving or pay down debt? Or what does that mean? It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's not, I don't design my clients' plans this way. It's not a percent. It's what do you need to do every year to get to your goals?
Yeah.
What is that amount? And where's it going?
Well, I think that's where the breakdown is. Like if you read personal finance online, they would just talk in percentages the whole time. And it's, you need to save 10%. You need to save 15% for, retirement. Do you?
Oh, can I get a little heated? That's another thing that drives me crazy. Great. I think it's a starting point for people. This is not a Finance 101 podcast. So let me also state, if you are not saving right now, yeah, go get a percent and go start somewhere and then come back to this podcast to, put the sprinkles on it, let's say, right? Okay. I don't want to shame anyone. If you're not saving at all, just start with the percent. That's fine. For the people that we're dealing with, the percent does not work because they might have accumulated a lot already. What if they already have $2 million and now they're with their kids and they really want to enjoy it? And am I going to tell them, hey, you got to save 20 to 30% of your income and you can't go on that trip? Fluff, no, I'm not going to say that. Right? Like, okay, what if you're 55 and you want to retire in 10 years and you have zero? I don't think 20% is going to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
I think the high income earners as well, this is where it gets them. Because they'll come back and they'll give that generic advice like, oh, 20%? Is that what I need? I'm like, you earn $1.7 million a year. Yeah. Do you really think that you need to save 20% of your income? Maybe.
Well,
let's plan it out.
Well, if they want to retire on 20 million, they might. I mean, if you're used to living off of $1.7 million of income, you might.
Yeah. It's when those percentages come around, I'm like, I don't think that works for you, Mr. Joe Sample. I think we need to back into this a little bit more.
If you earned 1.7 million, you saving 20% or more would be, you don't need to live off $1.7 million.
I might be saving a little bit more than 20% if I'm earning that much.
Yeah.
You know my lifestyle.
Yeah. You would save like 80% and you'd be retired like tomorrow. Yeah. Look, I never want to make anyone feel bad. So if you're saving a percent, that's great. But I think where we're stating is why percentages don't work. I want to go back to that really quick is to really make sure you're not wasting money and to make sure that you're using every dollar accurately, having a plan and knowing where it goes and make sure it's balanced and really getting you to where you want to go, you are going to be much more likely to get there.
Yep. In
a much better position.
I think we need a story to kind of drive this home.
Let's give the story of Joe and Susan.
This is a Midwest example. Did you get that?
Joe and Susan.
All right, so let's lay it out for you. Joe and Susan want a $750,000 lake house to spend their summers at. Aww. They are earning $450,000 a year. They're in a 32% tax bracket. Joe gets $100,000 net of stock in the spring, which he sells, and he saves.
Okay.
So they have $200,000 that they save throughout the year. 100,000 of that is as RSUs, and then they've got $100,000 extra in income that they save. Retirement's in 7 years. They got a portfolio with $2.5 million. $1.5 million is in a 401k and an IRA. $500,000 is in a taxable brokerage account, and $500,000 is in a Roth account.
Okay.
They want.
So first of all,
go ahead.
1.5 in pre-tax.
Yep.
That they're going to pay ordinary income on. 500 they'll pay capital gains. It's in a brokerage account. It's liquid right now. And 500 in Roth. That's pretty balanced. I'm not upset at that if they walked in my door right now.
A lot of this sounds great right now.
Yeah.
This is a good design.
Yeah, okay.
Reasonable goals, great income, balanced portfolio.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah, not bad. Okay. And they have a goal, so I don't have to sit on a pile of money, so I'm happy. We got to buy a lake house. All right.
All right. So when they retire, they want to spend $15,000 a month.
Okay. So
that's $180,000 a year. Back into it, 4% roll, that's $4.5 million in their portfolio that they need.
And they have 2.5 now.
No, 2.5. Yeah.
So we have a 2 mil gap right now.
We do.
And we got to close it in 7 years.
So they want to do that, and then they want to buy the lake house.
Okay. We're going to agree on this right now. I bet. Buy the fluffing lake house right now. If they can continue saving. I don't think we need 200. I'm going to guess if I ran this, we don't need 200 a year. We might need 100 a year and 100 going to lake house, and we got it.
I think the magic here, they've already got $2.5 million.
Well, yeah,
the magic of their portfolio.
Compounding alone.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what the portfolio is going to do. We don't know what the stock market's going to do, which is why we're going to use our tools to run this. But I would not want them to miss out on that lake house, and I'm going to guess that it's going to look pretty good if we put 100 to the lake house every year and 100 still into their portfolio, and they will meet it in 7 years.
All right. So if they need $4.5 million, let's just play with simple compounding interest. So if they saved $200,000 a year, they got 8% a year of interest that's compounding. That is going to get them at retirement $6.2 million.
So they overshot by $1.8 million, basically, or 1.7.
By planning out this thing, they are actually saving too much. So you're right. They can buy the house now,
I'm
and they will
right.
be just fine when they get to retirement.
That's cool. I mean, I would definitely, for anyone watching this, we would all run through this in our tools to like make sure and do some math. But
Yeah, if this was you that I just read out, do not just go buy the house tomorrow.
yeah.
Please, let's plan this out.
Yeah. But I agree with that. Like, I would want them to buy it now. That's so cool. I like this. I like Joe and Susan. They did good.
And I think if they didn't go through that process, I don't know if they would realize that they can buy it now and be okay. All right, bow time.
Okay. Make your goals, your SMART goals. Know what they are, short and long term. Know where you are. How much do you have? Where are you allocating? How much are you saving? What do you need to do to get there? You need to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, it's not as likely that it's going to happen. Data has proven that. Now, here's the whole hard part. Now, this is my secret weapon that my clients talk about all the time. Who's going to hold you accountable to getting to that plan? What if returns are flat? What happens? If you don't know, get some help.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
All right, by my opinion, this episode has been fire so far. So everybody listening owes me something. A like, a comment, follow, subscribe. I don't care what it is. Send it to your mom. Like, she needs to hear this.
Just send it to your mom.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, we're heading into the next section of our podcast. This is where we answer the questions based on our content. It is called, What Would You Do?
So question 1, I've always saved the max to my 401k, so I get the match and the biggest tax deduction. Am I saving for retirement in the right way?
No. Question 2.
No.
All right, so let's walk through it. You've saved the max to your 401k. That's great. You've got some room to save a lot of money. If you've done that for the last 20 years, your 401k is going to start to look pretty big and your portfolio is going to look lopsided. You've got the match. That means it's getting even bigger. You've got a great tax deduction. Awesome. That's probably not the best design because you're going to get to retirement with a lopsided portfolio and you're going to need to do some work to unwind it and get it into a better place. So by planning out the goals, I'm probably just going to suggest plan them out and let's figure out what money you need to save and then let's figure out exactly where it needs to go to get you the best retirement income. There's a lot that goes into it, but the max to your 401k for your whole career is not the greatest way to do this.
No, I'd agree. I actually had an advisor tell me that specialized retirees, when I first started, I don't even know if I told you the story. When I first started, my practice and everything, I was like, what is the thing you see that has ruined retirement income for clients? And she goes, them having everything in pre-tax IRAs.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, that was not what I expected here. Now I get it after really like doing this for enough years, but I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't expect that to be the answer. I thought it would be overspending. I thought it was that.
Yeah. It is an interesting answer. And once you dig into it, you realize what an issue it is. On the face of it, it just doesn't look that huge.
Yeah. But if like tax things, you don't have anything to really flex. Can't flex.
I was just waiting for you to flex, right?
No, I'm not there yet.
All right, question number 2. My spouse wants to save as much as he can out of our income, but I want to spend some today. How do we find a balance? Marriage counselor Heather.
I have been called that. I mean, this actually isn't that unusual, right? I don't want to say that this exact scenario, but normally one is a spender and one is a saver. Maybe sometimes both are spenders. But, let's just say in this situation they differ. Marriage is compromise. You're married. I'm married. I would say that marriage is compromise. No. Okay. But it is entirely possible to get you on the same page. I found going back to goals is really helpful. Getting on the same page as a married couple. What are your goals together? And once you know that, then the numbers to get there get balanced, right? It's my and. It's like, okay, well, how are we going to take care of the spender today on the goals now while knowing for the saver that you're going to have enough for tomorrow? That pretty much solves it. And they agree to that. And then it's like both win, because actually the saver actually normally wants to really live too, but they're just so worried that they're not going to have enough. So once you fix the fear, it's actually really beautiful. It's a little harder. We won't go down a rabbit hole, but it's a little harder when one doesn't stick to the plan.
They agree in the office, and then as soon as they leave,
Yeah. If, let's say, they can get on the same page and they get on the plan and they both do the hard work, it's really beautiful to see. It's one of my favorite parts of the job, actually.
Nice. It is fun.
Yeah. All right. Question 3. We have a debate in the office. We all get pensions when we retire, and we get a great 401k match. Some people say we should save in our traditional 401k, but others say we should use a Roth for tax diversification. Who is correct? Oh, I love the office chatter.
Yeah, just imagining people just throwing fists around the water cooler. Like, you're wrong, it's Roth.
Well, you and I would like that. I don't know if people get that heated about that.
I mean, you kind of look at this through a tax lens. So let's say you hit retirement and you've got a pension which is fully taxable. You've got a 401k that's fully taxable once you take it out. That is not great at all, because now you have no wiggle room in tax brackets. Any money you need is just going to keep climbing you through tax brackets. Look at it the other direction. You get a pension that's fully taxable. You've got part of your 401k, which is taxable, and part of it that's in Roth. Now you've got some more balance. Yes, you paid some taxes early on, but now you're in retirement and you've got some flexibility as to where does our money come from? What can we do? So in this example, Roth for tax diversification is going to work.
What's hard sometimes is, like, if I had my bow, my like wish is, let's say they're in a really high tax bracket and they're like 37%. I would still probably take the pre-tax. This is assuming this works, right?
Okay.
I'd then do backdoor Roth. But if we don't do that, we don't need to do more savings. I might start stashing some cash, like if they're closer to retirement, like a year or two of expenses, so that we can do Roth conversions when they retire.
You just expanded on the question.
I know. I get, when we're flowing, and I love what we do. So, I can't.
You would be the person at the water cooler handing out the flyers saying, this is the optimized way to do it.
Yeah.
Come to my meeting at 1:00. It's nothing about what we do for work, but...
Yeah, it actually goes into my highlight. Yeah.
All right, we are at the final section of our podcast. This is highlights. Your highlight, as we've written down the notes, is way better than mine, so you can go first.
Okay, so my best friend's bachelorette, I planned with one of her other good friends, who I adore, and we planned such a good bachelorette that we are on bachelorette number 3. Like, this has turned into a girls' retreat now that we plan, and somehow we keep making it better every year, and everyone's like, how are you going to, and what are you guys going to do next year?
Yeah.
I mean, we always have a private chef.
Oh, boy.
We stay in a really, really nice house. Like, we're talking mansion. This one had an infinity pool and a view that looked out to the ocean, the California coast. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like, we always have some fun activity. We get massages at the house. I mean, it's bad. Okay, it's horrible. It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Here's what's even more unique, though, that I love. We all show up and we talk about the good and the bad of what happened the year before and what we want to accomplish this year. This year, we actually took notes. That was one of my requirements so I can remember, because of course. But it's just, I mean, there's 11 of us. Many of us didn't know each other before this bachelorette. And we show up in a moment in time every year for each other. And we share. Like, I mean, we're not sharing like, oh, yeah, I had a great year, business grew. I mean, we're sharing like the stuff that you don't share, And community and connection is so important for people. And that's something that was part of my 2025 goals. And I was just looking around. I'm like, wow, this is really beautiful. And Palm Springs is going to be next year. Like, we're already on it. Me and, I don't want to say her name because I don't know if she's private, but, my friend, we already have, our agenda planned. We're like ready to go. And I just think
that sounds cool.
And we're like, women pay like $10,000 to $20,000 a year for these retreats. Like, we're like, well, I guess and that is not how much it costs because we're very smart. And so we're like, well, I guess we know what we'll do if our careers go belly up.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Private retreats.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'd rock it.
I don't know how I'm going to follow that. My story's kind of lame.
That's, why?
All right. So all right. So I'm going to share a little bit more than I'm comfortable here. I really love shopping on TikTok.
Oh my God, stop. Wait, you just said, how are you going to top this? Mm-hmm. And you're admitting you love shopping on TikTok.
Love it. Okay, so let me tell you the story.
This is almost as bad as you watch Love is Blind.
I can't watch anymore. Last season was trash. Anyway.
Okay.
There were some hoodies on there that my boys saw and they really loved. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy them now and not give them to them until later. Just because, it's nice when they see something like, oh, that's cool. And then they forget about it. And then the surprise. So they arrived. I didn't open the package. Mistake number one. I opened it when I was going to give them the hoodies. Wrong color, wrong sizes.
Oh.
And these were not cheap hoodies. So I then messaged the seller back. And I'm like, you packed this completely wrong. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. You're outside of our return window.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me you went and got them. Like you commented somewhere that you retaliated. I
feel sorry for the customer service person on the other end of that TikTok exchange. Like they were the messenger and I just shot them, sliced them into pieces, like everything.
Did you get your money back?
No, I was outside the window. So
you didn't even win.
No, they were steadfast on your outside of the return window. Sorry.
So it's the lesson, don't shop on TikTok.
No, open the package when you get it. Because they were really good hoodies. So I ordered the right color and the right sizes and they came and the boys really like them.
You gave them more business. What are you going to do with the other hoodies?
Well, I didn't order through that TikTok shop. Oh. I went direct to the shop.
Oh, okay.
I learned my lesson there. Open the package when you get it, which rookie mistake. I should have done that.
How many packages do you have and how long did you wait?
Packages, I am not disclosing that on this public forum right here.
Okay.
I waited a number of weeks.
Oh, that's bad.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Like I said, vulnerable. All right. Thank you for listening to this episode of Playbook of the Wealthy. If you want to listen to us, we are on every podcast platform out there. If you want to look at us on video, because we're so pretty, we are on YouTube, Spotify, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere you can find videos. If you want to send us an email, go to our website first. It is playbookotw.com. And then if you want to send us an email, it is hello@playbookotw.com. And we'll see you next time.
Toodles!
All opinions expressed by Dave Grant and Heather Townsend are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the views of their respective wealth management firms. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for investment decisions. Nothing in this material constitutes a solicitation for the sale or purchase of any securities. Clients of Retirement Matters and Townsend Financial may maintain positions in the securities discussed in this podcast.